Gemini rising, Gemini suns. So the first half of the Feb 2026, your focus is mostly on the ninth house topics. You're probably dealing more with your academics, your legal issues, your religion, your faith. You are training or improving upon skills that can be useful to you in your future career. So, this is a preparation time for you. There could also be long distance travel or teaching something or learning to do some stuff. Dealing with government. The second half of Feb, the topics shift towards your 10th house, which is your career house, your house of your reputation. It also deals with authority figures or one of your parents or you as a parent. So there's a heavy focus on the career in the second half. So apply for all those jobs that you want to. If you want to change careers, this is a great time. Or you might mostly just be busy regarding your career, or there could be a promotion or dramatic changes in terms of your career, or you could be switching jobs, or there could be major changes in terms of your reputation. Especially since North Node is here and a bunch of planets will keep conjuncting North Node. So, yeah, dramatic changes, especially in career, is highly possible. To some extent, it could also happen in your family life or in your home or property situation in the second half of Feb. So, we start off a Feb with a full moon on Feb 1st. We have a full moon in Leo. Now, this is your 3 and 9 house axis. So, there could be major changes regarding your vehicles, your neighbors, your younger siblings, anything to do with your communication, or your long distance travel, your legal stuff, your academics, your training, or anything to do with a religion. They could be major endings because this is a full moon. Most likely they're endings, but in some cases they can be major beginnings also that could happen on Feb 1st around this full moon. Feb 5th, Mercury is gonna be squaring Uranus. Mercury is in your ninth house, Uranus is in your 12th house. So there could be some kind of sudden expenditure or sudden travel opportunity, maybe abroad travel, or this sudden expenditure or travel situation is somehow bothering you, or you could probably get into arguments or disagreements with one of your parents or your lecturers or your teachers or your classmates. 6th of Feb, Mercury enters Pisces. It's gonna stay there for 67 days until mid April. Pisces is your 10th house. Mercury is your ascendant lord. So, your ascendant lord staying in your 10th house for 67 days is actually pretty great because so you are mostly involving yourself in terms of your career or your reputation. You are gathering a lot of information or you're spending a lot of time on the topic of career or you're interacting more with people regarding your career. So, major activity there. Around 8th of Feb, Venus squares Uranus. So, there could be some kind of, again, sudden expenditure or sudden travel opportunity, sudden hiccups while traveling, or issues with your authority figures or your romantic partner. 10th of Feb, Venus enters Pisces, which is your 10th house, and it's gonna stay here until the end of first week of March. Venus in Pisces is exalted, it's extremely powerful. So, Venus in your career house for a whole month is pretty great for your career or your reputation. Or one of your parents could be going through a good, pleasant time while Venus is here. Venus tends to attract opportunities wherever it goes. So you could be attracting new jobs or better situations regarding your career, or your boss could be treating you really well. So, yep, use this opportunity and apply for as many positions, as many job opportunities as you want to, because with North Node there, things are possible now. 12th of February, Mercury is going to be conjunct your North Node. Mercury is your ascendant lord and also is your fourth house lord. So, major changes in terms of you and your career, or major changes in terms of your home, your family, or your mom. This could also be a major relationship changes. Maybe you're going public with your relationship around this time, or it could be beginning of a new relationship or ending of an old one. Valentine's Day, 14th Feb, Saturn enters Aries and he's gonna stay there until mid-April 2028. So for 2 years and 2 months, Saturn is going to be in your 11th house from now on. Saturn getting out of your 10th house, which has been there since 2023, you guys should celebrate it, because the stress regarding either one of your parents or your career or your reputation is finally done and gone. Saturn is not going to be here for the next 30 years. That's a really good Valentine's Day. Saturn staying in your 11th house for the next 2 years, 2 months from now on, it can restrict the amount of friends you have, it can restrict the amount of socialization you have, or it can bring you stress around things regarding your friends or social media or your elder siblings. You could be pruning out friends, or one of your friends could be going through a tough time, or your elder sibling could be going through a tough time. You could be getting really serious about the communities or the circles and network circles you belong to. You could be interacting a lot more with older people or people who are much more serious. You're very concerned with what you're putting out, and you're very concerned with what you're consuming on social media. You're very concerned with your social media image and interactions. Around 16th of Feb, a few days before and after, Sun is gonna be squaring Uranus. You're receiving some kind of a sudden information regarding your travel, or regarding your court or academics situation, or simply some kind of a sudden incident that happens, especially in regards to your training or your academics or travel or religion, disagreements with one of your parents. 16th Feb, Mercury is gonna be trining your Jupiter in second. This is a really good news. It's a good news financially, it's a good news in terms of relationship. Mostly it's just it is good news time. 17th of Feb, the first eclipse for this year. This happens in the sign of Aquarius, which is your 9th house. New moon in the 9th house, mostly new beginnings, sometimes endings in terms of your academics or your training or anything regarding legal stuff, religion, your faith, long distance travel. 18th Feb, Sun enters Pisces, your 10th house, and it's gonna stay there until around 20th of March. So Sun here, you are shining in terms of your career, you are shining in terms of your reputation, either as a parent or one of your parents has a spotlight on them somehow. Also a great time for career changes, and you're very visible in terms of your career. This visibility can turn into you getting promotions or accolades. 18th Feb, Venus conjuncts a North Node. Venus is your 5th lord and your 12th house lord. So there could be major changes in terms of a relationship or your career. You could be dating someone new, or one of your children could be going through some kind of a major in their career or their life in general. But yeah, major changes in terms of your expenditure or spirituality, abroad travel, or major changes in terms of your hobbies, your passion projects. Around 20th of Feb, Saturn is going to be conjunct on Neptune in your 11th house, Aries. So this is a time where Saturn is not super concrete. Things can get hazy, things can be slippery, Things can be confusing, especially in terms of your friends, your network circles, or your social media presence. Around 22nd Feb, a few days before and after, Venus is gonna be trining your Jupiter. Venus is exalted right now. Venus trining your Jupiter is excellent in terms of your finances and in terms of your relationship situation. So, yeah, enjoy this aspect. Good things or good news in terms of your finances, your relationship, and your career. 26th of Feb, Mercury is gonna go retrograde for 22 days until around 20th of March in your 10th house Pisces. So, as long as Mercury is retrograde, you are redoing or reevaluating certain stuff, especially regarding your career, or you could have misinformation or delays in terms of information, or there could be issues with electronics or gadgets, especially when dealing with a career. Or you could simply be re-evaluating certain stuff around this time in terms of your career or your reputation. Around 27th of Feb, a few days before and after, Mars is gonna be squaring Uranus. So you could have sudden issues or sudden disagreements or squabbles with one of your teachers or with one of your classmates, or it could be some kind of a sudden legal situation might happen, or the government is making your life somewhat difficult suddenly. Something unexpected or sudden thing, unpleasant a thing can happen while you're traveling or studying. 27th of Feb, Sun is going to be conjunct North Node. This is a major turning point or a point of change, especially in terms of your career. Your ego is pretty inflated around this time, especially in terms of your career, or you could be changing careers, or you might have come across some kind of important information that can change, that can cause some kind of major changes, or it makes you shine better in terms of your career. 28th of Feb, Mercury is gonna be conjunct Venus in 10th house. So this is a pretty sweet time, sweet talks with probably your partner, or you could be receiving some kind of a positive news. So that's it for your Feb 2026. Enjoy your Feb, Gemini.